All right. Anyway, podcast back live. Frankie C in the house. What up, big dog?
What's happening?
Tell you what's happening. Meghan Markle is the worst podcast host of all time. It's not even close.
We could beat her at being the worst.
And stop it. And quite possibly the worst human being.
Oh, really?
Worse than Kanye spouting anti-Semitic phrases.
Come on. Worse than that?
Well, when you offend a podcast host, it's really bad.
Worse than that.
I'm not Jewish, so I don't know how that feels, but I am a podcast host, and I do know when somebody does it bad, it's insulting.
Anyway.
Speaking of doing things bad, Ted Cruz got heckled. He went on a heckle tour of New York, Yankee Stadium, The View. Yeah, a little bit of everything. We'll get into Ted Cruz. Yee and Adidas, is he going to get canceled there? Seems like a lot of people are rooting for that. We have to talk about Taylor Swift, Fyre Fest 2, Matthew Perry and Julia Roberts, Leslie Jordan, Diesel's kids. We have a death question and so much more. It's a jam-packed episode, my friend. Are you ready?
I'm ready for so much more.
My favorite thing to do now is start the intro without Jay Sabs, and then it comes back and Jay Sabs is here. It's like a magic trick.
It's freaking me out is what it is.
It really is.
It's the closest I'm ever going to get to being David Copperfield.
Cockerfield? What?
Copperfield?
Cockerfield,
right.
Jay Sabs, why are you wearing green bunny ears? Cat ears.
Cat ears.
They're cat ears, and it's a week before Halloween, so go fuck yourself.
Got it.
Wow. Also, like the little "go fuck yourself" on the end of that.
Feisty off the start of the show. I like it. Are you gonna be wearing a different Halloween costume every day leading up to and including Halloween?
Absolutely.
Well, there's only one day left until Halloween.
You don't even know what day it is.
For our show, I mean. There's one episode left until Halloween.
No.
Oh, wait, today's Monday. I thought it was Wednesday. Holy crap. There's 2 episodes left.
Thanks, Frank. Thanks.
I haven't even started drinking yet.
I only had to do one more show this week.
All right, Meghan Markle. All right, listen to this. I skipped this the first time around. There's rounds with news stories. You get round 1, round 2. We skipped round 1. There was too much stuff going on last week. But last week, Meghan Markle talked a bunch of shit about being on Deal or No Deal. And I thought, this isn't even really a story. And then I started seeing some of the flack that she was getting. And today, the stylist over at Deal or No Deal kind of like spoke up and responded to her. And I saw that, which prompted me to go listen to what she had initially said. And then I thought, this is a story. This proves that Meghan Markle is a really big asshole. And on top of that, a poor podcaster to boot.
And what makes her an asshole?
I don't know what's worse.
Well, we're both, all 3 of us.
Right.
We're both of those things.
But we do it with style and panache and green cat bunny ears.
That is style and panache.
That was for Brian. Little material for him later.
Please keep that shit to your OnlyFans. Don't do that here.
That's true.
All right. This is what she said. All right, this is listen, I'm not going to sit here and go through 4 hours of bad podcasting. I already did that once when Michelle Obama came out with her podcast, and I'm not doing it again. But this is one of the things that she said. This is some of her comments that she's getting flack for, and then I will elaborate on the bad podcasting thing from there. Here, this is Meghan Markle from her Spotify exclusive podcast. I believe she's on Spotify only, called Archetypes.
It was so much more than what was being objectified on the stage. I didn't like feeling forced to be all looks and little substance. And that's how it felt for me at the time, being reduced to this specific archetype.
So that was her discussing her role on Deal or No Deal, which if people don't remember, and probably a lot of people don't, that was the show where they got like 50 models on stage to hold suitcases while Howie Mandel got idiots from the Midwest to choose which one had $1 million in it.
Right.
Fun fact, my cousins won the most amount of money on that show. Boom.
Is he from the Midwest?
Possible.
Swear to God.
Your cousin that later went on to date a woman from Turkey?
Nope, different cousins.
How much did he win?
They won
Or she?
750,000.
Are you for real?
I swear to God.
Did you know that Janine's cousin won 750 grand on Deal or No Deal? Which one? My wife doesn't believe you. She asked which one.
All right, I'm gonna tell her. Hold on.
All right. I'm having a hard time believing this story, but I'll go.
Whatever
along
story
with it.
we have, you know someone
Actually, it
that's
doesn't. I
involved
can
in
say
some
their
way.
names. I can say their names.
Say their names.
Her name was Michelle Falco. Well, it still is Michelle Falco.
The Falco that I know?
They're cousins too.
All right. Why is everybody cousins with everybody? This sounds like Alabama.
We're all cousins. This is like how people like I'm your kid's uncle. It's all bullshit.
Right.
I'm not
No,
really
this is
there.
actually this is.
Are they
blood.
like
This
your
is-
cousins or they're your cousins?
They're like real cousins.
No, I think they are because I think her mom is. That's where that goal goes, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
And I wonder if they met her.
Markle.
Yeah.
She was only on for 1 year, I think.
Oh, I don't know. I
I thought someone won the million on that show once. No?
no. I still believe that they're the only ones who won the most amount of money.
Did they win it because they pulled the $750,000 suitcase, or because they made the deal?
I believe that they pulled the suitcase.
They pulled the suit. I mean, that's ballsy. I saw it once, and maybe I wonder if I saw your cousins where it was like between like $5 and like a boatload of money, and they took the deal, and I'm like, you got to take that deal. There's no way you can
Yeah.
flip a coin when you're that close to it.
Could you imagine flipping the coin and getting $5 or something?
Yeah, take the 300 grand. Like it ain't worth possibly 750 or a million even at that point.
From what to what? Verse what? 300
If you-
verse 750?
You're saying what's the deal? What am I evaluating this on?
Yeah.
If there's $750 in play and $5 in play, and they give you a $350,000 deal, do you take the deal or you flip a coin for one of those two suitcases?
I'm somewhat of a gambler.
You are.
You're flipping.
I'm
Not
taking the deal.
350,
I'm taking it.
which is like 200 after taxes.
They're walking away with $5. I watched some guy on TikTok the other day. He had a crazy 6-game parlay or something where like you bet on the outcome of 6 games, and it came down to the Monday Night Football game. And if he would have won, I think like 120 grand or something. And if he would have just because they'll let you get out of it. They'll say you can cash out early and take back X amount of money. So he could have walked away with like 40 grand, and instead he let it ride and he lost. Got nothing.
Oh,
Got nothing. It's like, take the 40 grand. Like there's just no, you're just, it's so impossible.
well, if you're riding on one game and it's this guy wins or this team wins or this team wins,
That's a coin
not-
toss. Exactly.
it is a coin toss. But it might not be a coin toss if you know the teams and you know one team's better than the other
Well, I don't know.
in that situation. That's not as much of a coin cost.
I'm thinking about what I should do.
All right, so let's put this out there. It's $5 or $500,000, and the deal is $250. You taking the deal, or you going to pick the suitcase? Frank,
I take the deal.
Janine,
Suitcase.
you're crazy. You're crazy.
It's 50-50. You losing it. And you get
Your
$5.
husband would never forget, let alone the relentless punishment you would get from us and all
Oh,
your other
yeah.
friends.
It wouldn't stop.
You know how many times I would see you and I'd be like, "Oh, I left my wallet at home. Gene, do you have $5 for me to borrow?"
Oh, fuck you. See, I'm getting there right now. Think about it.
Not that
What do you
even
think my
happened,
brother
but
would
I'm
do?
making fun.
Your
Oh,
brother
he'd
would.
gamble.
Your brother would gamble.
Thank you.
Yeah, your brother would gamble.
Yeah, but he's nuts.
Why do you guys have a gambling problem? Is it because your parents gambled twice and lost?
Oh, but I'm
I was like, I guess I'll live it in, see what happens. Oh,
look at the
shit.
results. Look at the two results.
Oh, shit. Oops.
Listen, but in all seriousness, here's what really, can I tell you, this bothered me. I read this story this morning, and it angered me more and more as the day went on. And then I listened to clips of her and her podcast, and it really pissed me off because here's the thing. She made $800 an episode. to stand next to a fucking suitcase.
Right. Shut up.
And if she
$800.
$800 they got paid. And if I played more of this, she was basically like, we went from station to station. Everything was about our looks. Nothing was about our brains. There was an eyelash station. There was a hair station.
Sounds like heaven to me.
And
You
she's
want a
like,
brain station?
I felt, she goes, I felt so objectified. She was basically like, why wasn't it about our brains and it being about our beauty? And I'm listening to this and I'm going, you self-righteous douchebag. Like, do you know how people would kill to make $800 because of how they looked?
And not for nothing, they're models. Models, yeah, I get, when models walk down the runway, we're not going, oh, look at their brains. We're going, look at what they're wearing. Look how they look.
You're
that's
saying,
the
look
job
at them titties.
If you're a model, that's the job is based on your looks. If you're a model, I mean,
Here's the thing. And by the way, people were hysterical. They were like, Vanna White must be pissed. You know,
right? I was just thinking of her.
She like that basically made a life out of that. But here's what bothers me. It's not that, listen, it's not that her feelings are wrong, but think about the amount, because this is what really started angering me. Everybody goes through this. Like I was thinking about Frank and I mostly.
Thanks.
Sorry, Janine. But do you know how many years the two of us lugged equipment and bullshit for people that were talentless hack pieces of shit?
How many glory holes did you have to put your mouth in just to get where you are today?
A lot of glory holes. Yeah. And I didn't leave, and you leave there and you go, oh, I'm so much better than this. But everybody has that feeling. And by the way, that experience is what leads you to better things. Her being on that, it was the hottest fucking show at the time. She's standing there getting paid $800 to hold a fucking suitcase that gave her an opportunity to get on the show that eventually led to her finding her fucking husband, who's a prince. And she sits there and denigrates it like, well, they were objectifying me for my body. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Shut up. You got a prince. You know what I got?
She hit
I got a guy who lasts 32 seconds.
That's not his fault, first of all.
I'm just kidding. Right.
She fucking hit the lottery. And now she's sitting in a studio talking into a $4,000 microphone, acting like she had some terrible trauma against her because they didn't ask her what she fucking thought while she was supposed to stand there next to the suitcase for $800 an episode. We're supposed to feel bad for her? Are you fucking kidding me?
I don't get it. I mean, you got in any game, in all these game shows, there's the models that show off the things. I mean, that's Price is Right, same thing. What's the Vanna White and the Wheel of Fortune? Whenever there's prizes or things like that, that's what it is. And it's, we want to know, if you want to show off how smart you are, this is not the job to do that.
Yeah,
that's not the job.
I mean, honestly, she's a fucking asshole. I mean, there's no two ways about it. She is an asshole. Because I mean, here's the other part about it too. And this is why I call her the worst podcaster. And this is the problem with where we are in the world today. It is a special skill to do this, to be interesting on a daily basis. And a lot of people don't have that. And in particular, I would say the sect of people that really don't have this ability are actors. Not for nothing, but they're not interesting. They have a very different skill set, that is pretending and reading other people's words. There's not a lot of writer, director, actors out there. There's really a fucking handful of them because most actors are terribly uninteresting people. And now you have this hack who won the fucking lottery and now has to sit there and fill hours of entertainment. And I know what happened. She sat there going, what if we took this take and act like I was objectified, just to hold a fucking
that's
briefcase?
a good one.
Because look at how much better I am now. Look at where I am now in society versus where I was then. And she fucking spoke about this for like an hour.
No, it's bullshit because, and I know Erin in the chat, my wife, she nailed it.
Wait, you're married to Erin?
She knew what it was. Yeah, I knew what it was.
That was shocking.
She knew what it was going in. She knew the job was standing there and holding suitcases.
Right.
It's not like they told her, oh, and then we'll interview you and we'll have and you'll get to make jokes and you'll do this and that. No, you're gonna. This is the job. do you want to do this or not? She said yes. She did the job, and then she complained about doing the job. It's bullshit.
Shit on it. It wasn't complaining. She shit on the amazing opportunity that she had.
Yeah, no, that's
like a complete. I mean, you're just a fucking asshole. There's no two ways about that. By the way, I am entirely on the side of the Queen and the now new King, and I don't think they've done anything wrong throughout this whole process.
Okay.
No, I mean that. I reverse everything I've ever said.
The only thing that was wrong is the racist stuff.
I think she took it out of context, to be honest with you. Because I don't see how such a lovely family as the Royals could ever do anything so wrong as what this asshole has done this week.
Yeah, especially those brothers or uncles or whatever. What's his name?
Okay, I forgot about Andrew. Yeah. All right. Well, outside of that guy, outside of the pedophile stuff.
Yeah, that perfect royal family.
I forgot about that. I'm all heated. She's got me all upset. Yeah. No, but I'll tell you what. So then the fucking hairstylist, her name is Dina Cerconi. Now, I'm sure Janine knows her because it sounds like she's from Howard Beach. Do you know her? Dina Cerconi, she served as the costume designer. She got all upset. She's like, hey, we all worked our asses off. We all like styled and like worked hard. Like this was a big opportunity for everybody. The other models, me, my crew, like, and these are all working class people that like, they're not making millions of dollars. And here comes this shithead. Like they had an eyelash station. Like how insulting. Like motherfucker.
How was that
like,
insulting?
I would love
You're
that.
on TV. You're a model. That's what it is.
Yeah. By the way,
That's
Janine said I would love that at the same time as my wife did 4 feet away from me. I don't know if anybody else heard that, but I did.
Shit, I want an eyelash station.
Yeah. Do you want an eyebrow station? All right. We're gonna put that in the goals. Company goals.
Actually, you know what's funny? The hairstylist is my cousin.
Okay.
Dina Cerconi. Yeah. Oh, can I tell them can I tell them this? I'm getting, I got up this morning and my wife, who's got a job locally here, she's getting dressed and I'm like watching her get dressed. Like I'm like walking around. No, the kids. Yeah, I was sitting on the bed masturbating, watching her get dressed. This is what we normally do in the mornings.
It's healthy couple stuff.
And the kids are in school, so she's dropped the kids off at the bus. She comes back. She's wearing something. She puts on an outfit. I'm like moving. I'm doing my own thing. I look. There's a different outfit on. I go to get socks. I turn around. There's another outfit on. I watched 5 outfit changes this morning.
The Oscars?
Right? It felt like the Oscars. It felt like the Oscars in a moment. And like complete outfit changes. Not like, let me put on a different shirt. Every time I turned around, she was a whole different setup.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah, go ahead.
Did they all work?
She looked great in all of them.
All right. So did
Are
she
you
give
trying
you an
to ask me
explanation?
if I had an orgasm? Because I did. And
Wait,
if you want to know,
okay.
it was outfit 3.
I totally missed that. Why did she have outfit changes?
Just because this is what she goes through.
Me too.
To go to work. And not like I'm going out. Like what can I just say? She works at a school. Like she just kind of got a gig to, to not be home miserable waiting for me. Do you know how bad it is to be like, oh, I can't wait till he gets home? So she, in an effort to not want to kill herself every day, she got a job, and she sees kids like they don't fucking know what's going on. They're all wearing Minecraft shirts.
There's other teachers there.
No, there's other teachers there, but
maybe there's a hot teacher that she's trying to. Never mind.
Great question, Jenny. Is there a fucking hot teacher you're trying to impress? You piece of shit.
I go to school with Crocs on. Who am I?
Oh, never mind.
She
never
did
mind.
start wearing Crocs recently.
Never mind. I heard Crocs. Never mind.
But Anthony likes Crocs.
Owner assassin.
They're nice Crocs, but they're Crocs nonetheless. She's given up. I finally beaten her into submission. If it took me 11 years of wearing Crocs for her to go, all right, fuck it, I'll do it too.
That's it. She gave up.
If you've given up over 10 years, I'm going to go there too.
She hung in there, though. She hung in there.
11 years after I gave up, she finally threw in the towel. You gotta give her an applause break for that. It was a good streak. Yeah, it was.
Damn it, Meghan Markle! Stop shitting on the things that brought the one that brought you.
I'm really upset with her. And then, did you hear like her pacing, like the way she spoke?
It sounded like a bad NPR kind of thing.
It sounded like if the 12-year-old TikTok tone of voice grew up into an NPR voice and slowed
Yeah.
down a little bit, would
So
still
today,
be
we're going
annoying.
to
and-
talk about
Yeah.
the deal or no deal cases.
Ugh.
But the annoying inflection, like, did I feel objectified?
Ugh.
I did. It's like, shut the fuck up, you piece of shit. Like, I can't even.
Is she talking to anyone on this, or is it just her blabbing for 4 hours?
I only heard her.
Okay.
I'll be honest with you. Somebody sent me a clip as I read this story, and I go, I got to look at this. Then somebody sent me a clip and was like, did you hear what she actually said? And then I listened to the clip. I couldn't go to Spotify and actually listen to the whole fucking thing after I heard the clip. There's like 4 more clips. I can't play any more of the clips.
How many episodes are there going to be of this thing?
I think this was the 2nd episode, if I'm not mistaken. But this is what drives me crazy. Like, this was obviously a month. Like, the clock is on because I can't understand how long they're going to let this go for. Okay, there's more than. Let me see here. She started on August 23rd. And she's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 episodes. This one was the latest. It was Paris Hilton and Eliza Schlesinger breaking down the quote bimbo, end quote, was the name of this episode. Well, here's the thing, too. First episode was with Serena Williams. Second one was with Mariah Carey. Third was with Mindy Kaling. So she's like pulling in all these huge celebrity names, which is obviously going to draw eyes. I mean, obviously. But I have a hard time. Like, I think her first episode was like number 1 or number 2 on the podcast charts.
Of course it was.
I don't know if she'll ever follow that up again. And like, honestly, how many of these does she really have in her?
Yeah, if she does, well, we don't know the number. How many she's scheduled to do?
No.
All right.
And it looks like she's dropping one a week. You know, and that's the other thing too. Here's the thing, and I'm a proud podcaster today. Podcast people have it so fucking easy. Like, even us right now, we do an hour or 2, 3 times a week. Like
an hour. Slow yourself. Slow yourself right now.
The majority of us do an hour or 2.
2 hours.
When I was doing fucking 4 hours a day, like, that is a lot. That is a lot. And actually, when we started the podcast, when I was on LNG, I was doing 6 fucking hours there and like an hour and a half here. And then I had a fucking eyebrow station, Frank. Did I tell you about that?
Good for you.
It was
Sorry,
brutal.
I was playing my violin. Yeah, and I get it. It's when you're doing other things, you get a whole bunch of stuff put together. I get it. But to do 1 4-hour podcast a week, and she's doing it on her own. I mean,
I know it's not even 4 hours. It's 50 minutes.
Oh, I thought you said 4 hours.
No.
Oh, that's dumb. Who's listening to it? I mean, everybody listened to it the first one because she is who she is. But once I can't. Yeah, you're right. I can't imagine it going anywhere but downhill.
I'm gonna check in on the Michelle Obama podcast because I haven't done that since I wrote that off years ago. The Michelle Obama podcast. Is she still even doing that? Let's see. August. Okay, wait, hold on. July 27th, she put out a 23-minute episode called The Sum of Us. Before that, the last episode that came out was April 7th, 2021.
Yowza.
Oh, which was an introduction to Barack Obama and Bruce Springsteen's podcast.
All right, so she kind of jumped off the podcast train.
That was April 7th, 2021. Prior to that, the last time she dropped an episode was September 16th, 2020. Do you see my point?
1 year. Okay.
None of these fucking people ever last.
She's consistent. 1 a year, you know. Like clockwork, though.
This is unfucking, but like, how do people, why? And they throw millions at these fucking people.
That's because it's who they are. You know, if it wasn't Michelle Obama, we'd have to do 3, 4, 5 episodes a week. If you're Michelle Obama, you got a million other things you're doing. You drop a podcast once, and everybody runs to it, and you forget about it for a year. It's not a big deal.
Drives me
It's not her.
fucking crazy.
It's not her main focus.
It's not the medium. Like if you're telling a story, if you're doing a TV show, if you're doing, a movie, I get it. You do it, you move on. When you're doing this is long-term, intimate, like, you're sharing a lot. You think Meghan Markle is going to be like, I almost shit myself this morning? Like, that's what being a good podcaster is all about.
We haven't heard the whole episode, so to be fair,
That's true.
she may be talking about her bowel movements. Who knows?
By the way, I almost shit myself this morning.
Who hasn't? Come on, you're almost 40.
I blame Jumpstart Coffee Company because it's so delicious. Do you think, okay, here's a question. A lot of people blame morning poops on coffee. I think that's unjustified.
I don't think it's coffee.
Because I think you have to just shit in the morning.
I mean,
and the first thing most people do is get coffee. Then they act like, oh, the coffee made me shit.
Do you have a regular schedule for your poops?
Yes. If I'm breathing, I probably have to shit.
Okay.
Well, can I just tell you something?
Please.
It's gonna be disgusting.
You might want to take down the Jumpstart banner.
No,
No, they know what they signed up for.
no, it's about coffee. My boss used to smell coffee, and be like, "I have to shit."
Mm.
You worked at the classiest place.
I
Boss
will-
walking around going, I got to shit.
Well, just to me.
Let me ask a serious question. When do you think we're going to have Janine's boss on this podcast for the first time?
Oh, can we do that? Are
Will
you
that
close with her?
ever happen?
Is this the jerk? Like we don't like him anymore?
Yeah, but I don't think, even though you have a lot of issues with him, aren't you still on good terms with him? Or not good terms, but what's the word I'm looking for? Like
friendly? You just friendly with him?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
First of all, I was there for a long time, and I don't want to burn any bridges.
In
Right.
case this whole podcasting doesn't work out.
Yeah.
Because this can go up at any moment. I mean, really.
That's true.
We are
So
one
let's bring him
Janine-
on.
What's weird is we're one Janine story about this guy away from completely losing this whole thing. So
I
she
know,
might have
right?
to go back to him.
No,
boy.
we are on good terms. There was a while where we did not really speak, and that's when we worked together too. So that was not cool, but yeah. But like I said, it wasn't really strange for him to tell me this because he would tell me every other detail about his life. So that was just like, another. Like if no joke, if he smelled coffee making in the office, he'd look at me and I'd be like, "Oh," and he's like, "It's time. It's time
And
to
he'd
go
have to
now."
poop. They say there's something in coffee that does it, but I actually still don't believe that. This is one time where I'm going to go completely against science.
Wow.
Yeah, there was like a report like a year or two ago. They're like, oh, they found out that this particular enzyme or whatever the fuck in coffee makes you have to go shit. But I like that's impossible.
That's everything we eat and drink makes us shit.
I just think people get up in the morning and they go poop. I don't think and then they have like the coffee's like the first thing that they have.
I don't think I have a regular time when it happens.
Are you serious?
Like it happens when I go, and it's not the same time all the time.
It's like a roulette wheel.
Yeah, it's whenever the mood strikes. Whenever the moment-
I don't make duties.
Oh,
That's true. Janine doesn't shit. She's a female.
that's true. We almost forgot. That's true.
Well, no, you have a weird poop thing though. Your husband doesn't fart in front of you. What is it? I can't remember what it is now.
Okay. There's a few things. I do not duty in the office.
Right. That's not that strange.
I have traveled down to basement level C to make a duty because I knew no one would be in that bathroom.
Got it.
Basement level C.
Actually,
I'm
that's
picturing
how
like drainage pipes leaking and dark corners and like a ghost place.
the
Frank
way you
living
just
on the
did
edge.
that. You were like, I don't know, double jerking someone.
Yeah, from glory holes.
you're gonna laugh, but that's how me and my sister-in-law's relationship really started. That's actually we started like really talking to each other.
Because you were both pooping on level C.
Yes, because I had to go one day and it was go time, and it was like Janine, you, I think that's the day when I went across the street to Starbucks and the line was so long I just had to leave because I was like, I'm going to make duty in
Hey,
my pants in
sometimes you
front of
gotta
everyone,
go, man.
and I'm
That's
gonna
it.
be known as the girl who made duty on Wall Street in her pants.
Mm.
About face, went back into my building. I thought I heard someone say something about basement level C. I said, you know what? I'm going to take the chance.
Could have
Punched
been a
in the
euphemism.
code.
I gotta go take a basement level C, if you know what I'm saying.
That's it. I went downstairs. The doors opened, and my future sister-in-law was there, and she looked at me, and I looked at her, and there was like nothing really said, but we both knew what we were there for. And then like later on that day, I was like, "What's your name again?"
Hey, shit, lady. What's your fucking name?
Wow.
Right.
That's a meet cute.
You
And
know
then-
that is a meet cute, Frank. Excellent point.
What? I don't
You
know
guys
what that is.
meeting over. You don't know what a meet cute is? It's just a cute story about how two people met. It's usually
Oh,
couples,
well,
but it's just
yeah.
how two people met.
Well, that's exactly. And then honestly, from then on, we started talking because we both knew what we were there for, but we didn't say it. But, you know,
You guys are gross talking about your poops. God.
we didn't know. That's the whole thing.
No, I mean now.
In fact, I have an extreme fear of bugs. You know this.
Hmm.
And roaches to me are the most disgusting things in the whole world. And I've said it before on the podcast. I rather make a duty on an empty floor with roaches crawling around than make a duty on the floor that I work in with other people that I work with.
That's insane.
There, I said it.
That is crazy.
What are you, by the way, Denise is hysterical. LOL, I'm sitting in the LAX airport and people are hearing this giggling.
No.
Hello, everybody at LAX. What are you afraid of? That you're going to come out and people are going to like, oh my God, Janine poops?
You're gonna be afraid that everybody heard you.
Yes.
That's all you're. Who cares?
Are you
Number
a
one.
loud
Number
pooper?
two, it's not like people are standing there with a glass up against the door.
Yes, Frank, they are actually.
Oh, all right then. I stand
Yeah.
corrected.
I
No,
just
listen, I get it. I nobody wants to be like, oh, I had to go poop. There is some embarrassment towards it. There is. It's not like it's like a.
There should be like in every office there should be music playing, just for that reason. At least around near the bathrooms. Just standard. Doesn't have to be anything. Doesn't have to be a radio station. Just something. Elevator music. Just noise.
I have done desperate things for an alone time duty.
Describe desperate things.
Okay, going to basement level C. You don't. I could.
That's
Listen, I
not
could have
that
been raped
desperate.
down there, but you know what? As long as no one heard me.
Where are you going?
Yikes.
Go down to the rape level to take a shit. Are you sure? So some unsavory characters down there. Doesn't matter. We'll give it a try.
Never been more sure in my life.
Right.
There's roaches and rapists down there. I'm going. I don't give a
Let's
fuck.
go. Is there a
They're in for-
coworker? No, I'm
They're
good.
in for a treat.
One time where I went to school, it was, I want to say like a 10-person stall bathroom, and it was like I was starting to sweat. Okay, and I told my friend, listen, we got to do something. And she's like, what? She's like, I said, you have to stand outside this bathroom and tell everyone that passes that tries to come in here that there is a flood in the bathroom and that they shouldn't go in there. Sure enough, she did it. We made sure that nobody was in any of the stalls. And then,
So you completely occupied a 10-person bathroom
absolutely.
just for yourself.
That's
absolutely.
hysterical. That is hysterical. See,
What
but
if
here-
someone had an emergency and they had to run in?
Can I be honest
Sorry,
with
there's
you?
other bathrooms on other floors.
You're talking about at a public. Where was this? At a mall?
School.
A school. Oh wait, the school you went to?
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
Right. See, you get it.
Okay, could you poop at a mall?
No.
They're strangers. Who cares?
Say that's how I feel.
No.
It's worse if you're at like an office or something where you know people versus
Right.
if you're just at like a stadium or a shopping mall. Like who gives a shit? Who cares?
Honestly, this.
Paul wrote something funny. She helped with 9/11 to clear the trade tower.
Oh, too soon.
I don't even get it.
I don't get it either, but it sounds too soon.
Like, there's an emergency, guys. We gotta go. We gotta go. Just like basically what my friend told people. There's a huge flood in there. No,
I don't
we
know,
can't
man.
go in.
Occupying a 10-person stall.
Yeah.
Messed up.
TJ says brings up a good point. Your poo smells just as bad as everyone else's.
Boom.
It's true.
Dropping some truth bombs on you.
Aaron C. Janine, how are you not dead?
Yes, this is what I want to know. What's the longest you ever held a duty?
8 hours.
Wow.
Multiple times.
Because
Wow.
you were near a working bathroom, but you chose not to do it. Just
I
because
chose to wait.
of the
I chose to
location.
wait to get to home.
Were you
go
ever
home.
like in pain?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Come on, you gotta just
Many
go.
times. I could not in my head. I just could not do it.
If it somewhat resembles a bathroom, I'm going. It doesn't even have to be a functioning toilet. Whatever it is. If it's a chair with a hole in it, I'm there.
All right. Well, here's the thing. Let me ask you this: would you be comfortable if
Yes.
you worked in an office? There was, I worked right across the street from Bryant Park, and we had a very, very small office because there's only 4 people that worked there. So we shared the floor with another office, another company, and it was an all Asian company, meaning like, I don't know if it was an Asian travel, but it was mostly women.
Okay.
Literally every time I went into the bathroom, even to pee, the girls would just say hi and laugh for about 5 minutes, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, there's no way I'm taking a duty here with them because they'll just be laughing and laughing. So that's the bathroom that I chose to go to, 3 floors below and with the roaches. Because first of all, if they're in there talking and then they're laughing about me, no,
How do you know
No.
they're laughing about you?
just no.
Come on, they're
Just-
laughing about her, Frank. What do you know?
I mean, come on.
Just go. Who cares? Aren't you the same person that wants like the glass bathroom?
Oh, that's
Like-
different. That's pee.
So what if everybody heard you peeing? That doesn't matter?
Oh, I don't care about that, but I know a girl who has a problem and I think that's crazy. I know a girl who
Oh,
Every
that's
time-
crazy.
this is crazy. Every time that she goes into a public bathroom, she starts running the water or makes sure that the water is running so people don't hear her pee.
I've heard that's not that unusual, but
That's crazy.
it's a huge waste of water. But it's that's because you want they want the noise to drown it out. But the pooping thing, you gotta just go. You gotta go. Who cares?
Aaron, wait, are the roaches laughing? Possibly. They're
They
probably
could be.
Oh, look at Blondie coming to the floor again.
Where's the worst place you pooped?
I feel like there's been. I gotta narrow it down. It's got to be a bad one out there.
I could tell you the worst place I peed. I remember I had to pee.
I know one. Yeah, go ahead.
I think this was my bachelor party. I had to pee. So we were on our way to Atlantic City.
Probably.
We're stuck on that fucking Belt Parkway in bumper to bumper traffic. And I don't know if you were in the car with us, Frank. Did we go together? I know I was with Ray the cop. And I made him get off in Sheepshead Bay. And we were like, it was early in the morning. And I think I found like a dance school or something like that.
What the hell?
And I was just like, because there was nothing open. It was like a Sunday morning
No
or something.
diners, 24-hour diner.
I was just like, you got to get off at this exit because I'm going to pee myself. And I'm like, you don't even know. And he's like, you're kidding me, right? I'm like, no. I'm like, you have to. And we got off and I was just aimlessly walking down this block because he like dropped me off, and it's like there's no parking spots there. You got to just round the corner.
He
And I
dropped
found-
you off with no place.
There was like 4 businesses. I'm like, this is it. Like one of these places is, or the side of the building is getting it. And I fucking found this dance school that was open, and I'm like, I have to pay. And this guy was like, I think he was like fixing the floor or something. He's like, I don't really know. And I'm just like, is that a bathroom? He's like, yeah, I guess so. And I just went in there and peed. It was the most awkward fucking thing ever.
You know, you're on the Bell Parkway. You could have just pulled over. And it was
I know.
It was early in the morning. Nobody cares.
Yeah, no, but it's weird though. That area of the Bell Parkway, there's no shoulder. There's nowhere to pull over.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true. Brooklyn area.
You can't just go peeing on a street.
No.
I mean, I would have if push came to shove. It would have happened, but
My boss did that multiple times because he could not. He had a very small bladder, so we would get off at Jackie Robinson Cross Island, one of those streets where there's no stores for a long time, and he right there. Okay,
mhm.
Well, you gotta go.
sorry.
You know, the worst place I ever did. I don't remember if it was. It was either like a stadium or like a bar or something that had like
Oh,
a lot of guys in the bathroom, and it was like a huge. Did you ever go to
Ugh.
one of those places with the trough?
The trough. Yeah,
Oh, that's the most disgusting thing.
it is
That is-
disgusting.
Who installs that and goes, "This is a great idea.
Yeah,
We're gonna pee in one long trough, half filled with water, piss. There's also crap floating in there, and it's like everybody's just standing in front of a trough peeing. And it was the grossest, worst experience urinating I've ever had. That was disgusting.
Paige, I peed behind a 7-Eleven at sunrise after drinking all night. I could not wait for
I
the
love
life
it.
of me.
I like that it's at sunrise though. That
Me
had to be
too.
nice.
Yeah, that's the best part of it. We have this story. I have to say, we've told this story. Can I tell it again? It's one of my favorite stories ever. We were out in the Hamptons for a night of drinking. Frank, you weren't there. Janine's brother was there.
Oh, I know this one.
Raph was there. His brother Andy. A bunch of guys that we knew, and we stopped at a gas station. And they would not let us. There was no bathroom. It was like one of those like where the guy sits in the mid thing in the middle, and there's like a little tiny store. But and I think there was a bathroom in there, but they're like, there's no bathroom. There's no bathroom. So everybody, like 6 guys had to go. So everybody was like, I was in the car. I was in your brother's car. This is your brother's car, Janine. And we're waiting for everybody to kind of mosey back. And this one guy we know, Guy A, comes back and he goes, they would not let me pee in that store. So there was a mop bucket around back and I just took a piss in it. I could care less. I had to pee so bad. And the second guy comes back and he goes, they wouldn't let me use the bathroom. I went around back and accidentally stepped in a mop bucket.
Oh. Forgot about that. Oh, that's
fucking
terrible.
howling.
Wait, who stepped in it?
I think it was Andy who stepped in it. To be
Oh,
honest
that's
with you,
disgusting.
I think it was. I don't know. It might have been Anthony. I don't remember. I'm pretty in my mind. It was Andy, but I could be wrong about it.
Oh man.
Yeah, that was one of this. The timing of it was just completely hilarious. One right after the other coming back.
Hey,
But
on
yeah.
that note, get some jump start.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, do we finish this read?
I don't think so.
Speaking of,
15% off. Use the code AOA15. Help support the vets. 50% of the proceeds go to the what's it called? Those people.
We have our death question to get to. We've got Leslie Jordan. We've got Kanye and Adidas and all the celebrity shaming.
Let's rock and roll.
But first, let's do Ted Cruz.
Navy SEAL Foundation. Thank you. Sorry.
He got booed going through. He got heckled in 2 places: Yankee Stadium and The View. You want to hear Yankee Stadium first?
oh, I
fucking
heard
love it. I
all
saw
of
the videos.
Yeah.
I saw the videos. Everybody throwing the middle finger at it. Fuck you.
This
was
is
great.
from E10. Oh fuck me. E10 the goalie on TikTok.
Fuck you, you racist piece of shit! Fuck you! Fuck you, man! You suck! You fucking suck, dude! You're a disgrace! You go to fucking hell, dude! Remember when Trump called your wife ugly? Remember that? Remember when Trump called your wife ugly and then you nominated him? You're a disgrace! Fuck you!
There's a lot of that.
I
By the
love
way, I mean, listen, first of all, it's bad to come out of a stadium when your team just lost, times that by 100 if it's Yankee Stadium and you got swept on the way to the World Series. Like those are some upset New Yorkers right there.
Absolutely.
I mean, you're gonna take it in the face. It doesn't matter who you are. And Ted Cruz is in a bad spot to be. Like it's bad that it's Ted Cruz. Like all those things coming together.
Fuck him. Yeah.
Is like
He deserves it. Everywhere he goes, he deserves it.
So he got it on The View too. I will say this, and I don't like Ted Cruz, but he went on The View and they heckled him there too. Some people started screaming at him about climate change. Which, can I say this too before I finish my Ted Cruz point? I'm on 4 sides now. The climate change people are out of fucking control. I've had enough of them. They're screaming on these TV shows. Did you see the people that fucking threw orange paint on like a Van Gogh painting?
Van Gogh, Monet. Yeah, they fucked up a couple of things.
And I think that it's happened like 2 or 3 times more since like it happened like a week ago when the first crazy asshole did it. What's wrong with these people? Do they not respect anything?
I mean, here's the thing. I get that they want to get your attention and get you talking about it. However, they're going to make you hate them. You want to be on. If you're these people, if you're these activists, your goal should be to get people on your side, not make people hate you and consciously go, fuck these people. I'm not doing what they say. So that's what they did. That's the goal, was to get people on their side, and they did the exact opposite of that.
So they asked Ted Cruz on The View. I don't know who the girl is, Anna, whatever. She's a little snooty, a little nasty.
I fucking hate her.
That's the one that you don't like?
Oh, I hate her.
She was nasty. They were all getting heated at one point, and he was like, and the crowd was cheering, so he was like yelling his answer, and she was like, "Don't yell in my face, like, excuse me, like, don't yell." And it's like, okay, easy. Everybody was getting a little loud. The fucking audience is yelling. You're on, like, you barely hear each other. Like, like, give the guy a fucking break, But she asked him, like, how you called Trump a liar, and you said all this and that shit, and then you fucking supported him, like he made fun of your wife, and she was like, I'm Latina, and I would like that shit would not stand in our community, and blah blah blah. She's going on and on, and he basically said, which I hate to say it, but I respected his answer. He was like, "Listen, I could have, thrown a tantrum and been mad and held a grudge at him, but the fact of the matter is he represents a lot of what I believe in, and that's why I fucking worked with the guy."
That's not a good answer.
It's an okay answer. What the fuck is he gonna say? I mean, I'm a coward.
I should have defended my wife.
Well, he said that his wife laughed at the comment when Trump said it, which did not happen. I'm sure she was pissed off.
No.
And whatever he said about his dad and Kennedy, I forgot all that shit. But anyway, he had an okay. That was a better answer than I was expecting coming out of Ted Cruz.
It's a bullshit answer. It's bullshit. Because I had it. No, what it is based.
Another one. He'll never say anything great about him.
No,
good.
Because when he says something great, then I'll say he said something great. But what he did was he goes, he called his wife ugly. And then he said his answer here was, well, I put that aside because I had to support him. It's like, no, you could have supported the ideas, and if you were on his side with stuff, you could support it on your own, but you don't have to fucking nominate and back the guy a million times and go to his rallies and be his loudspeaker after. You could have said, what Donald Trump said about my wife is disgusting. I deserve an apology. She deserves an apology, and blah, blah, blah. And then on the other side, well, who knows? But and then on the other side, you go, all right, and I believe in this, I believe in that, and if they happen to line up with what Trump says, great. If not, great. But he totally just got on his knees for Trump, and that was it.
Wow. Yeah, I want to judge him on his wife, Janine, in your opinion. Oh, Trump was right. Here's the thing, too, though. He didn't have to suck his dick the whole time. He could have been like, listen, I don't love the guy, but I don't like the Democrats, so
Well, that's the thing. Don't they all just do this to each other? And then when they debate each other, that's when, they say all these things and blah, blah, blah.
Well, that would have been the answer, too. Be like, hey, we got fucking heated. We said some shit, whatever. What are you going to do?
You should have been like, politics,
Yeah. But, and then they asked him, like, about January 6th and why he did what he did then. And he was literally like, well, my answer on that is he's pumping a book. So he's like, my answer to that is in the book. People can read it. And I was like, ballsy plug, right, man? Ballsy
Is that
plug.
why they did on The View?
That's why he was on The View. Yeah. Okay. Here's another thing I will give this piece of shit credit for. At least he fucking went right into the lion's den. He went on The View. He did what nobody else does, which I really hate. Everybody just wants to scream into their own void, and nobody wants to go. Like, you need more Republicans going on left-wing media, and you need more Democrats going on right-wing media. We need a lot more of that. So I give him credit for doing that too.
There are people who do that. Beto O'Rourke goes on Fox all the time. Buttigieg, they all go on those Newsmax and all that shit.
I don't know who Beto O'Rourke is. Let him win an election, and then I'll learn more about him.
All right, I'm done.
Kanye and Adidas. This is cancel culture at its finest. Kanye was on a podcast, and he basically, I don't know when this was, how far in advance this was of what he actually said when he said that the Jews are on DEF CON, whatever. Excuse me, DEF CON.
Right.
Oh, God, we have to talk about the McRib, too. See, we're all over the place.
Got so much to talk about.
There's a lot to
Getting
do.
late there, kid.
There's a lot to do. All right, I'm moving quick. Here's what Kanye said on the podcast. Hold on. Don't push me around. I'm getting to it.
The thing about it being Adidas is like, I could literally say anti-Semitic shit and they can't drop me. I could say anti-Semitic things and Adidas can't drop me.
So that was the
fuck?
clip.
The thing about it,
This guy needs to stop. He just needs to quiet down and get some help because he's fucked up.
Okay, but here's my point with all this. You had, let me go to the full list. I was going to put this all on the screen, but it doesn't matter. You have Chelsea Handler. Would any executives at Adidas like to comment on this, or is their relationship with Kanye and money more important? Asking as a Jewish woman. Some guy named Adam Park Homenko. As far as I'm concerned, Adidas has made its decision, and that decision is to be a Nazi company.
Hello.
Valerie Bertinelli. Hey, Adidas, you up? Josh Gad. Happy Monday, Adidas. Still hearing a lot of silence. Wondering how many days need to go by before you do something about your guy declaring he can spew hatred at Jews and get away with it because you'll do nothing.
They don't have a point?
Well, first of all, the guy who called Adidas a Nazi company is a little ridiculous.
Nazi company might be a little much.
But
the rest of them,
the rest of them, it's okay. I just don't understand where this joy comes from piling on top of, people and urging people to get canceled. I don't get it.
It's not joy. You think Josh Gad and all them are like, yay, let's take down Kanye.
Yes,
They're like, no, this
I
guy
do.
fucking no. I don't. 100% don't.
I think
they saw what Kanye said and they said, fuck this guy. What this guy he keeps going and he keeps doubling down on it. And it's got to stop. They want to legitimately stop this guy from spreading that because people listen to him. People listen to him and take what he says seriously, and it's a problem when he says stuff like that.
I think they have a self-righteous orgasm tweeting that out. Like, look at how good I am. Look at me fighting the good fight.
They're also, I think most of those people that did it are Jewish, so they're defending their own culture, their own community.
I mean, that very well may be. I mean, Chelsea Handler said she was, so I'll take that one.
Josh Gad is also Jewish. I don't remember what she said.
No, he doesn't look it at all.
I don't get it. I don't know what Jewish people. They're the least people that look like anything to me.
You know what's funny? When people tell me that, I'm like, I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Like
I have no clue.
Italians have a look. Latinos can have a look to them. Asians have a look. Jewish people, I don't see it. I don't see a type there.
So yeah, I mean the stuff that he's saying, and he's not backing down. He's not. It's not like he said, "I fucked up. I'm sorry." He's like, yeah.
Yeah, because he doesn't mean it. He's playing a fucking game with these people at this point.
It's a bullshit game. It doesn't. If he means it or not, he's not saying I don't mean it. He's still saying it. Whether or not in his head or inside himself he means it doesn't matter because he's out there saying it.
It's just weird to me, and maybe it's because I grew up in New York and you couldn't hop on a subway without some crazy person rattling off some insane shit, and you'd just be like, stay away from that guy.
Yeah, but nobody listened to that guy.
Yeah, I don't. Okay, here's the weird thing. I want to be all mad at Frank and be like, "You're being ridiculous," but then some group of assholes put put on a. Did you see this on an overpass today? They put
see?
put a bath sheet over the side of an overpass that said Kanye's right, the Jews are terrible or something like that.
Exactly. This
And
is
I'm
But
like,
here's
oh,
the
for
thing.
fuck's sake.
this is what's going on now. If he
Everybody
didn't do
has
that,
their own mind, and you can't blame someone. Like you can't
so
say,
if he what's happening is he's popularizing this sentiment towards Jewish people. He's making and the people who listen to who like follow him and idolize him, might take his and go, yeah,
well, I'm
maybe
sorry,
he's
that's
right.
on them. That's on them. You have to have your own mind and your
That's
own.
fine, but
I have to say, there's a
but we
point to what
shouldn't-
Janine is saying because those people would have probably done that shit anyway.
well, regardless, what he's saying is wrong, and supporting him in that way is also how could you come out and say, yeah, I got no problem with it?
All right, we got a lot of good wordplay coming on in the live chat. Kanye, spelled
That's
C-O-N-E. I like this one, prejudice.
There it is.
That might be my favorite so far. That's a good one from Paul.
That is a good one.
Yeah, look, listen, nobody wants anybody to say anything bad about Jewish people, but it just seems like a little. I just feel like am I wrong, Janine? Do you understand what I'm saying? There's like this self-righteous douchebaggery, and like, look at me tweeting my way to show everybody how fucking good. Like, I don't think we need Chelsea Handler or Josh Gad, who I love.
I think we do.
And that's not just because we have the same body type or hairstyle, but just because I think he's a
You
talented
guys could be
dude.
twins. Go ahead.
Thanks. But I fucking we don't need we are all aware of it, and I don't think we need you
to say
fucking
it.
piling on the top.
Here's why we do. We need that because if there was nobody, if no celebrity or no famous person or no person that people like got out and said something, if everybody was silent and Kanye just kept going with this and nobody was saying anything, he'd just keep going and it would get bigger and bigger and nobody would stop it.
Okay, let's say he loses the Adidas deal.
Yeah.
He's one of the richest, what was it, rappers or black men? I forget, like in history, right?
Okay.
Do you think he's going to care
No.
if he loses the Adidas deal? It's
That's
going
not
to
what
do
it's
nothing.
about. That's not what it's about. It's not about whether or not he has money. It's about, hey, Adidas, you're still working with this guy. You're still.
But he doesn't need Adidas. It's not going to get him to stop.
Okay, well, whoever's next. If he doesn't come out and say, listen, I fucked up. I was all messed up in the head. I apologize. I'm working on myself, all this stuff.
He's not going to do that. He's fucking crazy.
Well, then he needs help. You can't say shit like that and expect no repercussions. How could there not be repercussions? If someone goes out and says, the Jews are the problem and they're taking us down and blah, 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 and whatever he said. You can't go out there and say that shit and then have all the Jewish people go, it's probably fine. What do you
Wouldn't it be
think?
wonderful if they did?
Imagine if Josh Gad came out and said, yeah, I think Kanye, sure, go ahead, Kanye.
I think it would be great. I think if all the Jewish people got together and we all got together and talked about it, and it doesn't really matter what Kanye says. We know who we are, and it's just fine. Okay. I think that would be fantastic.
Yeah, that would be great. But then you get people who support Kanye who go, well, I'm on his side. Fuck these people. And, it trickles down the line of, I don't want to work with them now. I disdain towards them. It just puts a little bug in people's head. Okay. If you're on Kanye's side, it puts a bug in people's head.
Let me ask you a question. If Kanye said all Italians are out to get me and they're just garlic smelling motherfuckers who are,
fucked up,
awful people, would you be that upset?
I'd be a little upset.
I'd fucking listen to a Kanye song that day. I'm not gonna lie to you. Have you heard 808? It's fucking great.
Well, to be fair, Italians are not as over history, not as oppressed as the Jewish community.
Oh God, I knew he was gonna say that.
Do you hear what people are saying about Columbus? Still, it's not very nice.
Yeah.
Recent history, very recent history.
I feel very oppressed over that.
We're not that far away from what happened.
So only if people have been oppressed,
minority people who have been shit on for history. I mean, and this is not that far off history. This was, the anti-Semitism is less than 100 years ago that there was, this major thing that happened in the 30s and 40s. It's not.
Hang on, I gotta look that up on
There
Wikipedia.
are still people who survived that. The Holocaust. It's not. There's people still. That are 90-something years old whose parents survived it or whoever. It's like it's traumatizing shit to come out and say the Jews are taking over and they fucked me over and this and that and I'm coming after the Jews. It's like what are you doing? Why would you number one? Why would you say that? What does them being Jewish have to do with anything? Like, what does their Jewish heritage have to do with them screwing you over?
Nothing.
If you want to say,
He's
if
fucking
you want to say
batshit
John,
crazy.
if you want to say these three individuals, John and James and Joe, they screwed me over, fine. If you want to single out someone and go, this guy fucked me over, then that's fine. But if you want to say these Jewish guys fucked me, it's like, what does Jewish have to do with it? That's not. What are you talking about? That's why everybody's a problem, because you're singling out them being Jewish as a negative. And then people who follow him and agree with him are going to be like, well, this guy's Jewish, so I don't have to trust him or whatever.
No, I understand what you're saying. I just don't think that Kanye has that. Even his followers know he's kind of batshit crazy.
Well, some people don't. Look at these people on the bridge that are hanging signs and shit. Imagine you're a little Jewish. I don't know. Your parents survived the Holocaust. You're driving on this parkway and you see this hanging over. Are you fucking kidding me? You see that?
I understand.
That's gotta be heartbreaking.
I get what you're saying. I totally do. I just feel like I don't know.
That's gonna be heartbreaking. Imagine your father, your mother survives the Nazi camp. And you see fuck the Jews or whatever it said on the thing.
I would never. I wouldn't. I don't know. I wouldn't let that get to me. I wouldn't let what Kanye said get to me.
You're not everybody. People have issues with anti-Semitism. You can't blame them for that. If someone says something negative about the entire Jewish community, not just some, because people say that, but this is Kanye. This is someone with the ears of millions of people. This is a popular,
not
famous
anymore.
person.
It's not 2006, my man. He lost a lot of people with poopy.
Whatever. But this is a popular, famous person, and he's out there saying that stuff about. What if you're a fan? You're a Jewish person. You're a fan. And all of a sudden, he says that about you. I mean, I'd feel hurt. I'd be like, I have a hard time
caring. I have a hard time caring about anything. Says the guy who just shit himself over Meghan Markle trying to do a podcast. Right. Brian, can we get to the death question before I die? Yes. Quickly, did you know that Matthew Perry dated Julia Roberts?
Isn't that crazy?
Oh,
That's
really?
fucking nuts.
Oh, they had a show. She was a guest star on Friends.
She was.
Was she really? Was it because of them?
I don't know.
I don't know if it was because of them, but they were in the scenes together. They were like dated in the episode that they were in.
She took all his clothes off. Took off all his clothes, and then
left him in the restaurant.
With her. Yep.
Yeah.
Wait, what? He took what?
So what happened was Julia Roberts finds him. They start dating.
Wait, on the show?
On the show.
Oh, okay.
And apparently years ago when they were in school, he bullied her, and I forget exactly what he did. Left her. I forget exactly what he did. Like pulled her pants down in school or something. They were in like 4th grade or whatever it was. So she never got over it. So she dates him, and pretends to be all kinky in the men's room at this restaurant. Takes all his clothes and leaves him naked, stranded in the restaurant.
That's hysterical. Did Seinfeld get mad that they ripped that off of his show and Kramer in the changing room?
They should have gotten mad.
I rather have my clothes stolen than be forced to make a duty in my office workspace.
I'd rather have, I mean, clothes don't. You just get someone to get you clothes. As long as you have you get the next person who comes in, or if you have your cell phone, you call someone. Get me clothes, please.
All right. Question for J Sabs, and actually Frank for that matter. Is Matthew Perry attractive?
Oh yeah, he was cute.
No, I don't think
back in the day or now, or not now.
Not now. Back in the day, yeah, he was.
Frank, are you attracted to Matthew Perry?
No, I didn't think he was very good looking.
I thought he was a good looking guy.
I think he was the worst looking out of the three of them.
Oh no, David Schwimmer.
You think?
Yeah.
I just don't fucking get. I don't get it. He looks
Sorry,
like
I've
every
been
other.
listening to Kanye music, so now I don't think any Jews are attractive. Go ahead.
Oh shit.
Anyway, he's got a new memoir out. I don't know if is this out yet? I think it might be. Friends, Lovers, and the Big Terrible Thing, a memoir by Matthew Perry. And in there, he talks about how he broke up with Julia Roberts in the 90s. By the time that she did the cameo, according to
He broke up with her?
He broke up with her. According to Page 6.
Went out with Newman. Newman broke up with her.
By the time she did the cameo, they had already started dating. So I'm guessing that's why she did the cameo, because he got her on that. And he broke up with her because he thought that he felt that he would never be enough for her.
That's stupid.
That is stupid, because I'll tell you right now, I know I'm not enough for my wife, but I'm fucking sticking with it. I'm not.
As long as she doesn't know
Who
that.
did she marry?
What?
Who is she married to?
Julia Roberts? I don't know.
I don't even know if she is married.
See? So he should have stuck with her then. Come on.
Yeah, she's not that great, I guess.
He definitely should have stuck with her.
I mean, there was a time. It's weird. Julia Roberts is entirely not my type, but like totally America's sweetheart for like 25 years. No,
I think she's very pretty. She's beautiful.
And she's gorgeous. Again, not exactly my type, but very beautiful. She's only 54 years old. That's younger than I thought.
She's awesome.
It says
she does good movies. She's in really good stuff.
She was married. Well, she was married to Lyle Lovett. I forgot that.
Oh yeah. All right. So she has a thing for ugly guys.
That's true. Lyle Lovett's disgusting. Good musician, bad looker. And Daniel Motor. She got married to him in 2002. I don't know who that is.
Are they still together?
Producer or some kind of TV guy.
You're right. He's a cinematographer.
Paige said a producer named Danny, I think, for the last 20 years. So, yes, so they're still married 20 years later.
All right, 5 points for Janine and 10 points for J Sabs. Nope, reverse that.
What? That's the same person.
5 points for Janine, 10 points for Paige, who knew that they were together for 20 years. That's why she gets the extra 5 points.
Way to go.
Yeah, I just had to go through that because I couldn't fucking believe Leslie Jordan died. Okay, I don't know who the fuck this guy is.
You don't know who he is?
No idea. Janine?
Yep, he was on Will and Grace.
He's on a bunch of things. Like he's a that guy. You see him and you go, oh shit, him. Really short.
There's no way he was only 67 years old.
Died in a car wreck.
Car wreck.
Did he really?
Yeah, I don't think he had a booster seat, which he should have been in clearly.
That's fucked up.
No, but I see this thing. Will and Grace, never watched it. A couple other things he was in, never saw it. And then people are like, and he captivated the nation during the pandemic. And I'm like, well, I must have fucking missed it because I never saw one of his fucking pandemic moment TikToks or videos or whatever. So
he was a that guy. He was he wouldn't be the main character in a lot of stuff, but he would be in these things. And you always recognize him. You saw a picture of him.
Yeah, I don't know.
Recognize him.
Still, no idea. Nope.
You never saw. You don't know who he is.
Never seen him in a fucking thing.
You're crazy.
Never seen him. Don't know who he is. Apologies to his family, especially if they're Jewish.
Quickly speaking of the pandemic, I went to a Halloween party this weekend where someone was dressed as Tiger King.
Get a fucking life.
That's terrible.
Wait. I didn't know it was Tiger King. I thought it was Sonny from Sonny and Cher.
Oh God, I can't. So, all right. So, did you ever see? You watch American Horror Story? Any of those?
Oh yes, he was on American Horror Story too.
He was in a season or two of that.
Remember the part where I said I've never seen anything he's been in? I looked at the list.
I don't think he's ever watched American Horror Story. Either.
Never watched it. No.
He's always in a background. He's a supporting cast usually, but he was in the middle of doing this show with Mayim Bialik. That's still going. Call Me Cat or something.
Jeopardy. Oh,
yeah. Mayim Bialik has this new sitcom.
I haven't watched her bullshit since fucking Blossom. I refuse to get on that bandwagon.
You never watched Big Bang?
No, never. I despise Big Bang as much as I hate Meghan Markle.
Man,
Big Bang.
You don't like this. You don't like the sci-fi stuff, like the Star Wars and Star Trek stuff. So you're not gonna like that shit.
No, here's the thing about comedies. I like them when they're funny and not snooty. And I can't fucking stand who's the dickhead on that show. The
Give
fucking
me more specific.
Jack. Who's the one who they got? The young Sheldon. Go
Ugh.
fuck yourself. I can't stand that guy. Like horrible. I'd
He was a bit of a
rather
dick on that
watch
show.
a roach rape Janine while shitting than fucking watch 2 seconds of that show.
Good Lord.
And that's my dear friend down there.
Mm.
That is fucked up.
Yeah. That just goes to show you how shitty fucking Sheldon is. So that guy's dead.
He was a bit of a dick.
Remember Diesel from wrestling?
No.
Yeah, well, this happened.
His kid died, 26 years old. The two of them were drinking. Then they started doing a podcast together to kind of like get out of it. They both gave up drinking cold turkey. The cold turkey gave the kid a fucking seizure. He died.
He died what? From stopping drinking?
From stopping cold turkey. You can fuck yourself up if you're
Yep.
if you're that dependent on alcohol.
Holy shit.
Yeah. The two of them got into a fight on Christmas Eve a couple of years ago. This is a fucked up situation. And now the kid's dead, 26 years old.
Jeez.
Fucking crazy. Brian, Billy, Bobby McFarland. Who's the fucking guy? I forget his name now. Billy
Nobody cares.
McFarland.
Yeah.
He's talking about doing a Fyre Fest too. He's teasing it.
Remember the first one that got him arrested?
Yeah.
Put in jail for 4 years?
4
He's
years.
trying again.
Trying to do it again.
He's out and he's teasing another thing.
I listened to Taylor Swift over the weekend. Jay Sabs, did you?
Not that much.
Frank,
A little bit.
I know you did. A
Hell
little
yeah, I
bit.
did.
Can I tell you something? My wife actually gave me a little bit of shit for listening to Taylor Swift.
What?
She's like, "What are you listening to?" I'm like, "Taylor Swift." She's like, "Why?"
No.
I thought your wife doesn't like Taylor Swift?
And she thinks she's okay. But I go, I like Taylor Swift. I'll support anybody that came up with that mop that keeps our house so clean. That was my exact phrase to her, and I stand by that.
That's good. That's nice.
Here's what I didn't know because I'm just on Spotify looking at this. She dropped the album on Friday, and now I see it's called Midnights.
What?
Yep.
Yeah.
Now I see there's a Midnights 3 a.m. edition. The fuck is that?
It's like 7 more tracks. It's like
Holy
bonus
What?
stuff.
shit.
Yeah.
Ooh, I didn't
That's-
know this.
That's amazing. Is this like the real? Because I know around 3 a.m. I tend to fall apart and get a lot more,
That's
short
the
and to
whole
the
thing.
point.
Well, that's the thing with this album. It's all the stuff that kept her up at night. So she wrote an album about it.
Is the last song Kanye was right after all the Jews are terrible? Because that's kind of shit that comes out of most people's mouth at 3 a.m. Most people I know. At
Most people, but not Taylor. Not Tay-Tay.
least. Tay-Tay. All right, what'd you think? Do you have a favorite track on the record?
I do. I like that album. It's let's see. I like the what's it called?
This just goes
Karma.
to show you how much he loves his wife, Janine.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a guy who has not listened to anything besides Metallica
That's not true.
for the 39 years that I know him.
That's
And now
not
all of a sudden
true.
he's like, this is one of my favorite records, the new Taylor Swift.
It's not one of my favorite records, but it's a great record.
It doesn't make you a bad person, Frank. You love your wife. It's
I
fine.
do love my wife, and I love Taylor.
You don't even want to know the ungodly shit that I do to fucking please my wife, like having 2
Oh,
kids.
I've heard stories.
I want to know.
I had 2 kids, so I was by
We'll
far
talk
the
later,
worst.
Jay
thing.
Sabs. Yeah, no, I like what's it called? Karma is great. Vigilante shit is really good.
She curses a lot on this record.
She does curse a lot. And Anti-Hero is also good.
Yeah, Anti-Hero is good. I honestly, Snow on the Beach, I thought was pretty good. I said there's like a nice little trippy vibe to this kind of record. Like I could see having a couple of cocktails and some cigars and throwing it on in the background while you're having like a little fucking hangout with people.
Right.
Like I like honestly, the first 4 or 5 tracks on the record are really good. And then after that, I was kind of like, this is all the same thing that I just heard in the first 5 tracks that were really good.
Oh, you're awful.
And
They
they
get
weren't
better.
that great.
They get better. Listen to Karma. That's like the 11th track. And what else? Midnight
that was
Rain is
alright.
really good.
Yeah, but I think after the Snow song on the beach, they would all go. By the way, Snow on the Beach, to write a
It's the
song
4th
about
track.
Snow on the Beach, though, is kind of really good. And she did it with Lana Del Rey. Oh, that's the thing. That's what I meant to say. If you like this record, then you love Lana Del Rey because she basically stole Lana Del Rey's whole
Oh, really?
vibe. Yeah.
Okay, we'll see.
She
I
stole
have to
Lana Del
listen to
Rey's
it.
whole fucking vibe. And
That's
this, but
bullshit. No way.
no, it's not
First of all,
bullshit.
Taylor Swift has been doing this kind of stuff for years now.
No, false.
Yeah,
She did the
that's
same
not
thing
false.
with her last record when she stole it from the fuck, who's the guy from like Wisconsin that I think she was dating for a little while. Oh, shit.
Taylor Swift has been doing this kind of vibe for the last like 4 or 5 albums.
Folklore. Who'd she do
There's
folklore with?
There was
Bon Iver.
Cardigan.
Bon Iver. Folklore was a Bon Iver ripoff. She just like, I want to make a Bon Iver record, and just got him, and I forget what his real name is.
I don't think anybody knows who that is.
Yeah, I know, but that's what happened. And she did the same thing here. She's like, I'm going to make a fucking Lana Del Rey record, and she just got Lana Del Rey to be on it.
It's the same vibe as Cardigan and she's done this how many albums now? This same kind of vibe.
Aaron, I want you to know that you turned a diehard Metallica fan who would literally not listen to anything that was Metallica
Midnight.
into a Taylor Swift fan. Like, he loves you that much.
Listen, Metallica's great. I love Metallica. There's no better. I love Taylor Swift. She's great. There's that balance. She every now and then you throw Taylor Swift and you get you in a nice mood, nice calm mood. The opposite with Metallica gets you revved up. Right.
Like that.
Kind of like that.
Yeah.
All right. Next time we go to a Metallica show together, I'm gonna repeat this. I'm gonna play this for our section and see what happens.
Yeah, I'm sure the whole section is going to stop and listen to whatever you're playing.
I'm gonna bring a Bluetooth speaker.
Okay.
All right. Here's the death question. I'm building up excitement.
Wow,
Frank.
it's working.
Yeah. I like this question a lot. I think this is a good question. Okay, if you had your choice, if you could choose, would you choose when you would die, or would you not want to choose and let it happen randomly? So if you could pick the exact day that you die, would you rather that, or would you rather just leaving it completely random and you die whenever you die?
So the way it is now, or pick the
Right.
time.
You get a choice. You can choose the day you die, or you can leave it up to fate. What would you rather have?
Jay Zabs?
I would choose the date
Why?
because there's a lot of unfinished business that I have in this world.
So what's stopping you from finishing it?
Getting killed,
Oh, so wait, okay.
making more enemies.
So that's a good question. That's a good little addendum to this. If you choose the date and time that you die, does that mean you can't die until that time?
Yeah.
So you're immortal, no matter what you do.
Well, for argument's sake, you can't be like, I'll pick the day 9,000 years from now. Like, you can't.
No. I mean, if you pick, when you're 95 years old,
Yeah.
can you jump off a building and survive?
Yes.
So you're immortal until that day.
Yes. You can pick the exact time and day that you die. Would you be happy to have that control and pick that day, or would you rather leave it up to fate?
Well, now that changes my whole perspective, because now I'm a superhero.
Well, I don't know if you're a superhero per se.
I'm immortal until that day.
If somebody
shoots
ran
me
out
up-
of the bank screaming their bank is being robbed, you could walk right in there knowing full well you're going to walk
be
out.
fine. Yeah.
Yes.
I'm a superhero. Okay. Yeah, I'd probably do that then. I'd be a superhero until I'm 110.
Okay.
I wouldn't even want to be a superhero. I would just want to take care of shit that needs to be taken care of before I die.
I don't even know what that means. There's a lot of revenge-filled anger in that statement.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, I fear for the young lady whose ass your husband glared at. I think that's part of this. I think you would go kill her.
She'd be on the list.
She'd be on the list.
No,
Do you even know her
there is
name?
There is a lot of revenge.
Do you even know who that person was?
Yes, I do.
Oh God.
I haven't seen her in a really long time, but yes.
But are you like stalking her on Facebook?
No, I haven't. I don't even know if we're friends on there or not. I don't know. We're not. I don't think we are.
That's
But
a yes.
no, I would. There is a lot of, but it's not even just about revenge. It's
Feels like it's all about revenge.
no, not all
Are
of
you
it.
putting a vibrator next to your microphone? Because that's what it sounds like.
Whoops.
Yeah, what is happening?
Whoop. J Sabs has a purge list. He's DJ. You're kind of right. You're
messed up,
kind
man.
of right. I don't want to say anything now, just in case I do get the chance.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I think one, if not both of us, are on that list. Aaron, with an important question here. Are you sure the question is, would you want to know the day or not? No, that's not the question. The question is if you could choose the day, would you choose it? If somebody came to you, God, Moses, see, fuck you, Kanye, or Buddha, whoever, and was like, would you want to choose the day you die, or would you want to just leave it up to fate? That's the question.
Well,
And I'll tell you why I disagree with the both of you.
Why?
because you're a
with
dick and you have to.
Superhero fantasy and revenge porn fantasy down here. Can you imagine the anxiety going into that final year, that final 6 months?
Not if you're 120 years old.
I think you would still feel it. I think you would still
Well,
feel
I feel like once you get up to that age anyway, you're pretty much saying to yourself, any day now.
Hmm.
I don't know. I think there's something to the randomness of it that's calming. And I think if you were like, I know I want to live till 93, that'll be just fine. I think leading up to that death day, you'd be fucking panicking. Because by the way, you can't end it earlier. You would be
That's what I'm
stuck
saying.
in this world where, holy shit, I know I'm going to die on this exact day.
Yeah, I mean, if I had to pick the day, yeah, I would pick when I'm old and you know, I'm 120 years old, and that's just fine with me. And then everything,
120 is a little, come on. People
all
don't
right,
really live to
110,
120.
whatever it is, 110, whatever the record is.
Yeah.
I'll give me the record date.
90's
then-
good.
And then, I mean, I'm sure by that time, how much, what else? If you left it to random and you make it to 110 anyway, let's say,
Mm-hmm.
then you'd go through every day going, today could be the day, today could be the day. But if you know that it's not going to happen until next month, then you're going, I'm still living every day knowing that nothing could happen to me.
I don't know. I think if you guys were like, when I'm 95 on June, 17th, I think you would be like in a fucking panic. Heading into it, going like, how's it going to happen? What's going to happen to me? I don't even understand. Whereas
Can
if
you
just
choose the manner of death?
No, just the day.
You can't choose how you go.
Just the day.
You know,
Not
you
even the
can't just-
time.
You can't just lie down and that's it. It's over.
No.
That's a little different.
You can't even
Well-
say, I'm going to just hide in my house, because guess what? Your house is probably going to fucking blow up. So you're
Well,
going
then
on
that's
that
pretty
day.
quick. That's quick. I would want nobody around me. Everybody get away.
But could you imagine the week? Okay, first of all, let me ask you guys this. Have you ever flown back home from a vacation and your flight's at like 9 o'clock at night? Or even worse, like 6 o'clock at night? That's a miserable day. Because the whole day you're just like, I got to get back to the airport. Like, you can't
Ugh, yeah.
really relax.
Mm-hmm.
Or no, you fucking party hard until you have to get in that car to get to the airport, and then as soon as you go through security, you start partying hard again.
I don't know. I don't think it works that way.
All right. So, hey, would you blow me? Brings up a good point. All right. You can't die, but can you like get maimed and get fucked up? Like if someone shot me in the arm,
Oh, sure.
so you could get all fucked. You're not indestructible.
No, nobody said anything about you. If you jumped off a building, you'd probably have a lot of broken bones and be in the hospital for quite a long time. But you would be alive.
So that's a different story then. I thought I was immortal and
You people are
was-
sick.
nothing could happen to me. Nothing bad could happen to me until the day I die. That's a
No.
different story.
You just won't be dead.
Yeah, no. Because if I get like crushed by a fucking truck and I'm still alive, I mean, great, I'm alive. But if I am crushed into like dust and I'm somehow still alive, I can't imagine that feeling very good.
Well, then it also comes to reincarnation, and if you believe in that as well.
Oh, afterlife, something we haven't talked about.
Yeah,
Does that
I
factor
believe in
into
the
your
afterlife.
decision? It should.
Yeah, I believe in the afterlife. I don't know if I believe. I don't think I don't believe in reincarnation, but I believe in the afterlife.
I do.
You believe in reincarnation?
Yep, I
Okay.
do.
Okay.
I'm not exactly sure how it happens,
Oh, nobody's
um,
sure about everything,
but I
the
believe
afterlife.
this is what I think. I think when you die, you get a choice to come back as whatever you want, and they may or may not tell you what is going to happen in your life. And if you want to experience that, you can, or you could go to the next person or
What do you mean go to the
animal
next person? Oh, you.
or animal.
I go in
So
the
you.
opposite direction. Like, I think people think like, oh, a dog or a cat can come back as a human being. Like, that's the evolution. I think it's the other way. I think human beings want to evolve into dogs.
So you'd come back as a dog.
I would in a second. I'd love to be a dog.
Mm.
It's the best ever. A walk is the best part of your day. I mean, come on.
Yeah, but
Treats,
you don't get to do.
belly rubs,
I mean, I guess as for a dog, you'd be all right. But if you're like a human thinking of,
no responsibility, no worry. You fuck whenever
Right.
you want. Be like,
I-
Frank,
I've
what are
got
you
a
doing? You're
question,
fucking a
though.
pillow. And you're like, I don't give a shit. It feels great. Go ahead.
that's true.
Um,
Hang on. Question, Miss Justice question before Janine's. At what age could you make this decision? Now.
oh,
Right now. The age you are now. Go ahead, J Stabs. What's your question?
how do you feel that in an hour and 40 minutes you're going to be 40 years old?
Oh,
Boom.
Is this why you're asking this question? Because you feel death is near?
Wow, the death question coming up at a milestone. That can't be coincidence.
feels closer than ever.
Mm.
No, I don't know why I came up with this question. It just kind of hit me like, oh, wouldn't that be interesting if you could choose the
Yeah,
day?
everybody listening, it's Anthony's birthday tomorrow. Just putting that out
Allegedly.
there. Allegedly.
Can't be proven.
So I don't know. It's either it have to be. There's a lot of questions. Again, if you're immortal till that day, but you're not indestructible.
Puppy licking peanut butter off.
You could lose an arm.
What?
You could. What?
Puppy looking. Yeah. Okay. Here's the thing about an amendment to my dog statement. I'd be a dog who doesn't like peanut butter. I'm just gonna put that out there.
And in a good home, hopefully.
Yeah. Let's hope so. Fingers crossed.
Um,
I
But-
think here's the thing. I think it's the way it is for a reason. I think if you could choose, it would bring on all
absolutely.
sorts of issues that you don't really think about, like the anxiety thing.
oh, absolutely. No, it's random. It has to be random, and you can't know, and that's why there's you can't.
Yeah, but you
I think
both
this
sat
is-
here and were like, "I want to pick it." You both fucking.
Well,
went
you
for
gave the option. You gave the option. Plus, I wanted to pick it only because I thought I was indestructible until that day. But if
No.
I'm all fucked up and I can't, if someone shoots me in the head and I'm still, if someone takes my head off and I'm still alive.
Right. Well, that's what I'm
That's a
saying. Like,
problem.
if you pick 36 years from now and then you get hit by a car and you're a paraplegic for the rest, you're just on life support. You're fucked. You're on life support.
Right.
That is
Exactly.
it.
Yeah. No, I get that. That's what I didn't understand. I thought I was like Superman until the day.
All I know is that
Yeah, randomize me.
this is going to be really, this is a Debbie Downer moment, but
Can I just say before you say this, it took me 4.5 minutes to change Frank's mind.
You did. You changed my mind. Only because I got the rules more. I understood the rules more.
Yeah.
I thought nothing could happen to me until the day.
yeah.
Go ahead,
But
Janine.
no.
Obviously, like certain people know they're going to die soon, so they go and speak to people, like, and kind of wrap things up.
They come to terms with it.
Yeah, and I feel like for me, like if I didn't have cancer or whatever, and I just died, I would hate that I didn't get to speak to people, and not just like bad things, like thanks for being a good friend, thanks for being a good
Well, you could tell people that now.
There seems to be like you have this grand plan, like that you're going to tell people what you really
See,
think
but
of
here's-
them.
but
you're
here's
gonna
the
get
thing.
revenge. You're gonna when does this all start to happen?
but that's not a bad thing.
It's
But
well,
I don't mean it in a bad way too. I mean like good things too.
well, here's the thing, Janine. You don't know when you're gonna die,
That's true.
so you don't have that option. So why not
Right.
get those things done while you can?
Okay, I'm gonna announce it here, Brian. I do love you.
There you
See what he
go.
just wrote? That's why he
There's a start.
There you go.
So see, you like you said. Well, if you chose Anthony's thing, you would be able to wrap things up and et cetera, et cetera. But in reality, you can't choose Anthony's things. So what do you do in that case? Now, I mean, obviously, we can't. We don't know when it's going to happen. So how do you come to? How do you wrap
No,
up your life in that way?
But I understand what Janina's saying because, like, to a degree, like she said before, like you can't burn bridges, right? Like there's that thing in life where you can't be total. That's why this is so freeing because you could kind of do it here and it blows off that steam a little, you know?
Like if I know that in 2 years, 3 years I'm gonna die, one of the first people I'm gonna go and speak with was that woman that horrible woman that I worked with. You know,
You got to score to settle with her. I get it.
I do.
See, but the point is, you don't know. It could be, God forbid, 2-3 years.
No,
or
but
it
she
could
would be
50
choosing.
years.
She would be choosing.
But you
And
can't. My point is, you can't choose. So why not get these things done while
Eh.
you can?
Okay. Perfect example. 4th, 5th, and 6th grade bully, same person. I would. Oof, there's a lot to say to him. Oof.
Why don't we bring this person on the podcast and address it all now?
Imagine.
Yeah.
Do
So
you want to wait
Anthony's.
till we get a little bigger? Is that what you're waiting for?
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
And then
So-
yeah.
Anthony's
By the
situation,
boobs.
the picking your own day can't happen. So you have to get those things done while you can. If that's your plan, if you
I
want
see
to
what
really,
you're saying. You're throwing the question aside and saying, why don't you do this stuff
that's
now?
what I'm saying. In a perfect situation, in your perfect situation, you'd be able to pick the day, and you'd be able to wrap all these things up in the time that you see fit. But since reality is we don't know the day,
Maybe.
how do you? Well, for the most part, I mean, unless something where there's a plug being pulled or something weird, you can't know the day for the most part.
Well, I think it's like that thing where, like, okay, there was an episode where we were talking about, I don't know if it was the last episode or not, but I basically said, being a father, being a parent, you have this urge to call up your parents every day and be like, I'm sorry, I was such a dick to you.
Not me. Go ahead.
Not Janine. But then there was this thing where it was like, and people were really jumping on that in the comments going, I feel the same way, or I do the same thing. And then like somebody wrote in and was like, I feel like I should tell my parents I love them every day, but I don't. What is that? And I was like, I feel that because I feel like I would. There are times where I'm like, I wish I could just call my mom and dad and be like, you guys were awesome. And thanks for everything. I really mean that.
Why can't you?
Because I don't know. I don't.
You say you wish you could.
I think it's a human thing not to do. Yeah, I could. There's nothing stopping me from doing it right now.
Right.
Other than my mother, who would be like, "What's wrong? Are you dying?"
Are you dying, Anthony?
Yeah, I have to deal with a week and a half of what's happening.
Well, you start off, and I know no matter how you start off the sentence, it's not going to work. You start off saying nothing's wrong.
Yeah.
Just want to say this is out of nowhere. Nothing's happened. I just want to say.
But even if I say it, and I've said it to them, like even there'll be opportunities where it comes up, and I'll be like, yeah, I'll be like, yeah, and honestly, you guys with everything have been so fantastic, and I love you guys. But I don't do it again. And even though I'll feel the urge to be like, I really should tell those fucking people that they're great, and I just don't do it. And I think that's a human nature kind of a fucking thing.
You got to do it, man. You won't regret it. Look at it this way. If you do it, you won't regret it. If you don't do it, you'll regret it.
Well, I think that honestly, it takes people dying for people to do things like you just said, like saying things. And
I agree. I think you're right.
And
we all wish it wasn't the case, but I kind of feel like that's the case.
It's true. It does put things into perspective, but
it's regret. You regret things that you didn't do. Not the times that you tried something and messed up or whatever. You You regret stuff that you didn't accomplish.
Exactly.
And
Well, that's the way I live my life. That I take chances. I drive fast. I take chances, and I don't do things that.
maybe don't drive so fast.
Yeah, I don't do things that don't regret. Does that make sense? Yeah, I do. I do what I want.
Yeah, that's fine.
I do what I want.
That's good.
So
Look at that. A big super chat there by Paige. Happy 40th birthday, old man.
Oh, thank you,
$9.99.
Paige. I was trying to ignore that, but
I know. You can't ignore. How could you ignore that?
Yeah, thank you. I mean, fake news. I'm not 40, not turning 40, but I appreciate it. Thank you. nonetheless.
Sure. But yeah, no, it's
yeah,
you got to do things while you can.
I do.
You what? Oh, I missed what she said.
Exactly. That was the joke.
No, I know that. She said something and I didn't hear it.
Yeah, because she
Just
cut
before
it.
she tapped
She
out.
says, "I wanted to tell you guys, I do love," and then she tapped out.
Oh, I can say that's what I missed. I didn't hear that part of it. All right. I mean, that's it.
You got. That's the thing. You got to do what you can now, because you do it now, you won't regret it. You don't. You miss out doing it, you're gonna regret it. That's.
Yeah, but like I said, like for instance, telling your parents you love them. I tell them.
Yeah.
And I've told them, and I've it's come up in conversation like this. You guys were great. Thank you. I love you. You know. And there's times where like I said, like a kid will do something, and I'll be like, oh, I should tell my parents like how great they were, and then I just don't.
Yeah, I mean, if it's a passing thought and you're just thinking of the moment, whatever. But if it's something you really want to tell them, why not tell them? It's nothing. There's only good could come out of that. That's all good stuff. There's nothing negative there.
Nah, you're not thinking about my mother in this case. You're really not.
I'm always thinking about your mom.
All right, Frank. I thought there was maybe another thing that we were supposed to update and talk about, but I didn't. I don't know.
Was it on the rundown? Did we miss a topic?
I think we did all the topics on the rundown here. Was it something that we forgot to do on the rundown?
So let me ask you a question. Quick side note question.
Go ahead.
So Monday, a week from today, is Halloween. Are you dressing up for the podcast?
Yeah, I thought we said we were going to do something.
Right. We haven't nailed down what yet, though. Are we dressing up?
The McRib. That was it.
We're going to dress up as the McRib?
No, I forgot to put this on the rub down.
There's a Freudian slip.
Babe.
I'll have a talk with your wife. Don't worry.
It's time for the rub down. The McDonald's announced today, quite rudely.
Rudely? What happened?
No caps, no, just like the McRib is coming back, and this is the last time it will. Some shit like that.
The last time?
Yeah. Are you buying that? Because I feel like that's total bullshit.
I don't know. Big companies have gotten rid of major items before. I don't know. That's rough. Because what was it recently that some ice cream company got rid of like the chip witch or some weird thing? I forget what it was.
Oh yeah, the company got rid of the Choco Taco.
Choco Taco, yeah. So that's gone forever. But who knows? Maybe they'll bring it back. But as far as we know, it's gone. So are they getting rid of the? Isn't that like a huge boost for them? How could they get rid of that?
There is a fucking cult-like following to this god-awful sandwich that I will never fully understand.
People go nuts for it, man. And I mean, maybe, let me see. What does it say?
There. Oh, wait, hold on. Could you see it right there? Let me make it the big. They pinned it too. Pieces of shit.
The McRib is coming back 10/31, but this is its farewell tour.
Look, they don't even capitalize the. There's no period. It looked like some intern just fucking wrote it.
Someone hijacked McDonald's Twitter, and this might not even be real.
It's real. Look, they pinned it.
Yeah, no, someone hijacked their Twitter. I know. No, it's fucked up. It's not good. Why would they do that? It's farewell tour. Maybe the FDA came down on them and said, "Listen, guys, this McRib thing's got to stop. This is not. This violates every single code we got. So make this the last round.
I'm not buying it. This feels like when you, again, not to bring up another wrestling thing, but when you watch wrestling and like, this is going to be the career-ending match, right? And then 3 months later, the guy's back. You know,
Or like when Cher retired 7 times.
yeah,
It's like this is their or Elton John. This is my farewell tour.
fucking farewell talk. No, it's
Bullshit.
not. No, it's not.
No,
Yeah,
you can't keep the McRib going forever. I think the demand once how many. I wonder what the comments are. I'm sure the comments are like, no, not my McRib.
Look, can I see the? Oh, right here. Oh no, that's for me to comment. Where do you see the comments?
Scroll down. Or click the tweet.
Oh, I don't know what that is.
No, this is.
Yeah, this is the response to the tweets.
Yeah. Applying to
It's
McDonald's.
just people being ridiculous. Like, who has enough time to read any of this shit? Look
Yeah,
at this. Nudity. Huh. Hold on a second. We all know it's due to the last known bull grimace dying this year. The females, there's plenty of them, but the males are exceedingly rare. Meat Canyon revealed it to us.
Oh, so I don't think it's nudity. I think this is animal stuff.
Should we click it?
No, I don't want to see it.
I gotta click it.
I'm not gonna look.
All right,
You
I'm gonna
can
scroll
click it,
quick.
but I'm not looking.
Nope, it's stupid.
Okay, good.
It's easy.
God! All right, now I see it. That's just. Oh, the grimace. I get it. Okay.
People are so.
Nobody seems to be. Oh, look, they replied to someone.
Where?
I just run the Twitter, Slim Jim.
Slim Jim, does this mean the snack wrap is coming back? I just run the Twitter, Slim Jim. That's pretty good.
That's a fun response.
Yeah.
I just run the Twitter. I have nothing to do with any of these decisions.
I tell you, they got a good I would love to be on a writing staff for a big thing like this.
Yeah.
Like to be like, hey, come on in, Jim. Look, fucking Slim Jim just tweeted us. What do we got? All right, and then fucking just probably sit there. This is if you asked 6-year-old Anthony, would you like to be a writer on the Tonight Show? I'd be like, fuck yeah, I would. If you ask me now, would I rather be the writer on the Tonight Show or be one of 17 people on the staff for McDonald's Twitter? I'd be like, give me the McDonald's Twitter thing. That's probably way more exciting.
You think it's that, or you think it's one person?
No.
Hey, throw this up on Twitter.
No, it's a team.
It's a team that runs that whole Twitter.
Yeah, because this you just there's 4 million responses. This is appealing to us. Brands interacting with each other are appealing. So these huge mega corporations have full-on teams just sitting there. Slim Jim had a team to go and fucking say this.
I get it, but it's got 3,000 likes over 10 hours. I mean, that's not huge.
No, but they're probably doing this like all the time. Like brands interacting with other brands is a big part of this now.
Yeah, that's true.
Look at how fucking
There it is,
disgusting this
baby.
sandwich is.
That soda looks good though. A nice crisp Coke with the that looks good.
Yeah. Yeah. See, this is how the McRib should be enjoyed: sobbing in a fucking car in the parking lot.
Well, that's how it's usually enjoyed, but now this is the last one though. Last time.
People get excited about the McRib. I can't remember the last time I ate that fucking thing. That's disgusting to me. It just seems awful.
I mean, on paper it's disgusting, but once you eat it, it's still disgusting. But you have to eat. You have to finish it. It's not terrible in terms of fast food and what to expect from like a McDonald's. It's not awful.
Too much sauce.
I know. It is. But
And
it's
then,
not
like,
terrible.
what should we put on top of it? Just some fucking raw onions and pickles. Let's go.
No, hold the onions. No onions, please.
Feels like we should add one more thing. I know, but we gotta go. It's too much. Like they just didn't finish.
Right.
They just didn't finish planning the McRib.
The McRib speaks for itself. I'm surprised there's no cheese on there. I mean, I'm sure you could add cheese if you want.
I'm sure you can.
Yeah. Was that the last topic, the McRib?
That's it. That was the last thing. What were we talking about? Oh, yeah. We said we were going to dress up, right, for the show.
Right. Okay, so we're gonna dress up. Is there anything else we're doing? Like, are we bringing on people?
You want me to give you
Bring on-
candy?
Wouldn't hurt. I wouldn't say no to some Reese's.
Do you want to bring people on? I don't know. Then does that dull the Christmas magic of doing the Christmas episode?
What do you mean?
Because didn't we do that last at Christmas? We had people on for Christmas.
We did have people on for Christmas. We could do that too.
I
Doesn't
think
have
we
to be the
should
same
keep that
people.
special for the Christmas episode.
No, we do it. We did it for 420. We brought people on.
Yeah, we were high as fuck. None of that mattered. I don't even remember that episode.
But I think the cool part about the Halloween one is people dress up. We bring them on and see all the different costumes.
I would like a scary story.
That too. Ghost stories. If you've had like if you experienced any kind of ghost thing in your
Yeah.
life, that'd be fun to do. Talk about all that kind of stuff.
A good old fashioned ghost story.
Yeah, but like, not like the guy with the hook. No, something that happened to you. Something that's you heard someone walking upstairs, but you knew you were alone. Some crazy shit that's happened to you like that. Like true. I think I saw a ghost, or I think I heard a ghost story.
Okay, here's the problem with this, though. The radio guy and me coming out a little.
Mm-hmm.
I think we would need to pre-screen these because you could have a 20-minute story go absolutely nowhere, and everybody's going to be like, this sucks.
Well, maybe not I don't know how to pre-screen a live thing like that, but maybe we tell people, listen, you got to keep it quick. If you're going to tell your story, your ghost story, keep it to like a minute max.
Maybe we should put it out there, like
Get
now.
your ghost stories ready.
No, I was going to say email. We can maybe email them in. We could open up the email box and email them in. I'll be happy to pre-screen them so that you and Janine can just hear them and enjoy
React.
them. Yeah. I'll be happy to do that work.
So does that mean the people aren't coming on to tell them, or is it like you're reading them to us?
No. I would be happy then to have the people come on and tell them if they wanted. I mean, I'd be happy to read them if they were shy, but I would prefer them read it, them tell the story. I don't think there's anything better than somebody telling the story. I actually know somebody who told a great ghost story. I wonder if she'll come on and do it.
Like something that happened to them, or just
Yeah,
a ghost story?
no, I don't think it happened to them, but it was a great fucking story.
I like ghost stories that were like, this really happened to a friend of mine, or this happened to me. Those are the best. Not like, oh, there once was a man with a hook who lived in. It's like,
I do love
Not
those
into
too. I wonder. I think it's going to be kind of nice. Should we do it outside with flashlights?
I'll do that.
Uplight our faces.
Nice. Scare the shit out of me as a raccoon jumps on my head in the middle of the night. That'd be great.
All right. See, but we're really not giving ourselves a lot of time to promote this. We'd have to do a short where we put the email up on the screen.
Okay, put the email up. People watching. Put the fucking email up, you jerk. All right, so here's what we're asking for, people. Everybody listening, watching.
Wait, let me put the fucking thing on.
Well, while you type the email out, I'll tell what we're looking for. We're looking for your scary ghost stories. I prefer the stuff that has happened to you, or someone you know had a real encounter of some kind. Real in quotes. Whether you believe it or not, I want to hear the story that they told you, or something that happened to you, because I feel like that's the creepiest stuff. The stuff that, oh, I was in my basement and I thought I saw someone walk by, or something weird like that. That's the creepy stuff.
So if you want
Anthony likes the pretend stuff.
Yeah. So if you want to come on the podcast and tell your creepy story on Halloween night, email your story to mdchmedia@gmail.com. That's mdchmedia@gmail.com. Email your story in, and we'll consider you to come on the podcast and tell your creepy, spooky story live on this show on Halloween night.
I like it.
I think we could do better than that. That promo sucked. Do that again.
Okay.
I hope
Take
nobody's still watching, because now we're just cutting a promo. Show ended 5 minutes ago, everybody. Just take the time.
Now we're just winging it here.
Yeah. Oh, Paige brings up a good point. Your picture from the Philly trip.
That's a good one. That's a, I have better than that too. I have the picture. I still have it. We printed out the big picture.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, and but I have other stories too.
You printed out the big picture?
Big picture. We haven't framed it yet, but I hear I have the best people working on it. They're gonna frame it. It's gonna be great.
All right, you ready? I'm going to start with a corny question. Do you have an excellent ghost story that you've always wanted to tell on a podcast?
Ooh.
Well, here's your chance. Frank, tell them what we're looking for.
We're looking for legitimate ghost stories, stuff that may have happened to you or someone you know that you had some kind of spooky encounter. You were alone one night and you thought you heard someone walking upstairs, or you thought you saw someone walking by you. Some kind of weird ghost encounter that you believe happened to you or a friend of yours. That's the kind of stuff I'm looking for. Anthony kind of likes the make believe spooky stories of like the haunting in this place or the axe murderer. That
As
kind
long
of
as it's a
stuff.
good story.
Good scary story. Give us your best.
That's what I like. Frank likes it to be real. We'll be the judge. Send your spooky story into mdchmedia@gmail.com. That's mdchmedia@gmail.com. We're going to read them all, and then we will pick you, if your story is great, to come on this podcast and share the story with the entire audience. Please submit your scary story by Saturday night, October 28th.
9th.
October 29th. And we'll read them and get back to you on Sunday and let you know if you made the cut to come on the podcast and tell your spooky story.
I like to keep it short. Don't go on for paragraphs and paragraphs and paragraphs. Nice, succinct story.
Yeah, make it good. Is that good?
I think that works.
That's a podcast.
There's a show. That's
Everybody got to see how a live promo is made.
Yeah, it's gonna take some editing, but we got it.
It's in there.
It's there. Put it in the can.
You know, it's funny. I listen to like filmmakers talk about making a film, and they're like, I don't really know what we have until we start editing it. And I'm like, it's funny. I feel the same way about promos and commercials. You just don't. But that took 4 minutes to record, and your movie takes 2.5 years. So it feels
That's
like it's a
true.
little more daunting.
It's a little more time consuming.
Yeah. My horror story is I die, come back as a dog with somebody that owns a peanut butter company and likes to have their balls licked.
Horror story or fantasy?
That's a horror story.
Oh, okay.
I want to come back as a dog and live with a family that has peanut allergies.
That's perfect.
That's the dream. That's the fantasy. All right. Thanks to Jumpstart Coffee Company for sponsoring this episode. Don't forget there's merch to be purchased.
Perch.
Link in the description below. And also, if you want to become a member, you can join up that right now. Link in the description.
Join up that, baby.
Join up that. More good English.
Show me potato salad. Maybe we should go now.